Morning dear students. In today's class we will be discussing about bites in children. So usually children may get different types of bites from animals like dogs or cat and anything, and also even snake bite can happen. And along with that, another topic which we discuss together with bites is stings. So it is both are child health emergency, and we will be discussing about snake bite in detail. So let's start our session, bites in children. Bites and stings in children are one form of poisoning and common in infants and children. Animal bites and insects stings may lead to minor symptoms like pain and swelling, and it can lead to a life threatening shock requiring immediate and urgent attention. So, this many variation can happen as a result of this bites and stings. It can be a minor problem or it can be a severe problem, life threatening situation also can arise out of bites and stings. Common bites are dog bites and snake bites. Common stings are scorpion stings and stings by bees, ants, wasps, etc. So we can see the classification of bites and stings in children. It can be dog bites, snake bites, scorpion sting, and Hymenoptera sting. So Hymenoptera is a order of insecta. So different insects are included in the order of Hymenoptera, that is bees, wasp, spider. These all things comes in that order of species. So caterpillar, hair envenomation, these all will be the classification of bites and stings. So dog bites, snake bites, scorpion sting, Hymenoptera sting. So Hymenoptera, it can be bee and wasp sting, spider bites, caterpillar, hair envenomation. So these are the classification of bites and stings. So now we are going to discuss in detail about snake bites, because in your syllabus we have to discuss about snake bites and we are trying to explain regarding the snake bites. So there is nothing to explain. The bite from a snake leads to a life threatening situation. So that is known as the snake bite. So regarding the introduction, snakebite continues to be an important public health problem in India and other countries. So, when you are considering the species of snakes, 3000 snakes in the world, there are 3000 types of snakes in the world, out of which 200 are poisonous. So, very small proportion of snakes are poisonous. When you are taking the large variety of snakes, there are 3000, but only 200 are poisonous. And there are about 216 species of snakes identifiable in India, of which 52 species are known to be poisonous and which are members of 3 families. So there are available 216 species of snakes in India itself, but only 52 are poisonous, and these all 52 species are coming in 3 families. So there are 3 families of snakes which are poisonous and which is seen in India are Elapidae, that is cobra krait, and Viperidae, that is vipers, and Hydrophidae like sea snake, and the venoms produced are primarily neurotoxic. So this is about the introduction to snake bite. So we can say that mainly 3 families of snakes are with poison, and they are Elapidae, Viperidae, and Hydrophidae. Hydrophidae, that is usually seen in sea snake, and other 2 are the you can see in the land. snake bites, the incidence, children under the age of 10 years account for 7 to 15% of all cases. And most bite occurs in rural and semi-rural areas, usually in outdoors. One third of the bites involve in lower limbs and about 40% of over the feet alone. So that's about the incidence of snake bite. And next we can see the factors affecting the snake bite. So the first one is age. Toxicity. When a snake is bitten, toxicity is more in young children because their spread of venom will be more easy in children than in an adult. So that's why younger children are more become more toxic than adult. Next is location of bite. Bite on upper part of the body, particularly on face and trunk, have severe features. So that is about the second factor which is affecting the snake bite, that is location of the bite. The third one is size of snake. That is, large snake bite is more poisonous. So when a mature adult bigger snake bites, it is more poisonous than a smaller snake. The next is secondary infection. Presence of Clostridia or anaerobic infection causes severe problems. If there is another secondary infections after and before snake bite, there is chance of getting more seriousness. And post bite activity, if the person has done any exercise or running after the bite, it increases the absorption of snake venom and it increases the chance of getting toxicity. So these are some of the factors which we have to read along with snake bite, and these are the factors which affects the toxicity and the complications after snake bite. So regarding the pathophysiology of snake bite, we have to understand what are the important type of venom and the details of that, and we will be proceeding with the pathophysiology. Snake venom is a complex mixture of proteins having enzymatic activity. So important enzymes present in snake venom are ATPase, hyaluronidase, then alkaline phospholipase A, B, C and D, phosphodiesterase, 5-nucleotidase, proteinase, transaminase, ribonuclease, deoxyribonuclease, acid phosphatase, endonucleases, cholinesterases, Majovac toxin. So these many enzymes are present. Like venom, it is containing mixture of proteins and it has some important enzymatic activity. So these many enzymes are present in the snake venom if the snake is a poisonous snake. So we can say that snake venom is a mixture of polypeptides, proteolytic enzymes and toxins. Then Elapidae and Hydrophidae venom is neurotoxic and has a curer-like effect by blocking neurotransmission at the neuromuscular junction, and death is due to respiratory depression. So usually we can say that majority of the poisonous snakes has a neurotoxic effect, and especially Elapidae and Hydrophidae has neurotoxic effect, and it will block the neurotransmission, so the respiratory depression will occur. And usually in these two venom or in these two snake bites, the person may be dying because of respiratory depression, because of the poor or blocking of neurotransmission to the respiratory areas. So this is about the some important points regarding the pathophysiology of snake bite. and we will be continuing in the next session what are the things which happens with the pathophysiological changes, what happens with the snake venom. I am breaking now and we will continue the remaining pathophysiology. So understand till now and we will continue in the next session. Thank you.